me. So guys, I bet you heard the news that Avengers is basically bringing back an old favorite, Robert Downey Jr. Look at that! Oh, look at that wink. He knows he's back for the money. Look at him look down. I'm here for the money, bro. Like he knows he's back here for the money. This is an unusual choice. I just wanted to do like a quick video on this. I didn't want to go into great detail. I just wanted to ask this simple question: why? Like why? Like I'm not saying why in like a nasty or negative term. I just genuinely want to know why. Like, okay, the current MCU trajectory was terrible. I think everyone's admitted to that. Everyone's come to the peace with that. Like, there's some people who hold, well, Echo was kind of good. Okay. Well, the X-Men show was pretty good, and Daredevil and Wolverine are pretty good. That means they're back. Settle down. Settle down. A couple of TV shows does not make you back. I would argue Echo probably... I haven't looked at the numbers for Echo, but I don't imagine Echo doing that well. Like, nobody knows about Echo, that he got her powers wrong. Like, I just don't see this. I just don't see helping out. Like, the current path they're on, like, bringing back old stuff. Like, if they... Alright. Here's the main issue. They went after a unpopular... era in Marvel Comics history. It wasn't very popular. That's just a fact. I mean, you could argue, well, there was this or that, but at the end of the day, it wasn't that popular. Didn't make that much money. So the question is, why should people care now? And my immediate response to that is, you're right. Like, you're right. Like, why should they care when they revealed Robert Downey Jr.? Well, what does he bring to the table? He brings Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was excellent in Iron Man. He went out on top. I think he'll still do well in Doctor Doom, as Doctor Doom. But the question isn't whether or not he'll do well. It's, again, I go back to the earlier question I asked at the very start, is why? Why Robert Downey Jr.? Why Doctor Doom? Why now? Why everything? To me, the Fantastic Four movie has to be good. Okay? It doesn't have to be great. It can't be bad. It can't be average. It has to be good. Just above average. And to the point of being considered, well, that's pretty good, yeah. It can't be one of the great movies. It can't be a legendary movie. It has to be good. Good enough so that the MCU can keep going. Do I think... Hold on, let me just keep going. Do I think that the MCU is dead? No. You still got some life in it. If they play the cards right with... Let's see him speak.
New mask.
Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, if they play the card right with Robert Downey Jr., and they play the cards right with the Fantastic Four movie, and they play their cards right with the Avengers, they might be able to make this work. They might be. I said, dude, there's no guarantee. Okay? That Captain America movie that's coming up has to do well. Like, a lot rides on it. If it doesn't do well, it's I'm gonna say up in smoke. That's why they did a bunch of reshoots. That movie is key. That movie is key. They're building the entire MCU around this Captain America. They're building it around him. They're building it around Robert Downey Jr. They're building it around so many characters that this has to do well. But that one has to do well in my mind. Because even though they got Robert Downey Jr., if they don't like Captain America, if you don't like the person that everyone's going to be rooting, that should be rooting for, is Captain America, because he's essentially the main hero in the Marvel universe. They try to make it Captain Marvel be the main hero in the Marvel universe, and they did this in the comics as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it: you can't make Captain Marvel main. Even though you want a Superman-esque hero to be your main, like DC has, I'll say this quickly: Batman is kind of the most popular for a reason. Superman is considered the main, and he should be continue to be the main. Don't get me wrong. It's just that Captain America and Iron Man and the others, there was no sort of central hero in the Marvel universe. There was just like a bunch of heroes. The central hero was the Avengers collectively, and I think I like that better. There's no such thing as the hero above all the other heroes in the Marvel universe. They're all good at something. They all had some sort of likability or some thing that made them unique and stand out. And I think that's my problem with making Captain Marvel the main hero, is just that they worked so hard to make her the main hero and push the others to the side, and everyone got upset because their favorite got pushed to the side. And that makes sense to me. Like, you can't ask people to forget that their favorite is Spider-Man. You can't ask them to forget their favorite is Captain America. You can't ask them to forget their favorite is Iron Man. You can't ask them to forget that their favorite is the Fantastic Four. You just can't ask them to do that. So once they start wheeling that, Captain Marvel is the new main hero, it's like, no. But Captain America is their attempt to make a main hero. And when I say main, let me not say he's the main. He's the leader of the group. He's going to be the leader of the Avengers. So, him being the leader, he's probably going to be the main character for a couple of movies, at least, to build that Avenger movie up. So they got to play this very carefully. And they're introducing a lot of characters in that. Like, to me, the last couple of phases, especially the current one we're on, didn't do so well. So, ever since Infinity War, they've been struggling. Ever since that ended, they've been struggling, and they've had a few hits here and there, but they really need this next movie to go well. And Doctor Doom might help them out. Their pick for Doctor Doom might help them out.
Same task. What did I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
I mean, dude, you hear the women screaming? They're really into this. The women are really into him. He's got that charisma. I'm sorry that they got rid of Iron Man for Captain Marvel. Because okay. Here's a fun fact. Brie Larson is not a terrible person, but it's sort of like night and day. Do you get my drift? Like, yeah, I'll just leave it there. It's night and day. Well, I hope you guys like this little rant I went on, but I also hope you keep in mind my question of why to all of this. Even though I think it will probably work for some parts of it, I just want to know why. Like, you're trying to distance yourself from the previous phases. And you're just like realizing, like, dude, we need Robert Downey Jr. He made Iron Man work. He made that first few phases work we really need to rebuild it without him, but we don't know how. So we're just going to do it with him again. That's my thinking going forward with this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. You know the deal.